Hello, what is up, everyone? It's been a while since I've done one of these. I'm going to be doing this squid quarter circle laser thing to practice while I'm talking. I'm not good at it, so I need to practice it a little bit. But yeah, I was sick last week's. Actually, I got sick like 2 Saturdays ago. Um, so I didn't end up making one of these vlogs 2 weeks ago, and then I was sick the past week, so I didn't really feel like doing it because I was just like coughing, and I didn't really want to talk for like 20 minutes straight or something like that. Um, but yeah, what's been going on with me? Like I said, I was sick, so I wasn't really playing too much Melee. I was playing like the minimum to keep my stream streak alive. That wasn't very fun, honestly. I really wanted to play a lot. And once I felt good enough, I was like really motivated to go back and play a lot and compete because I missed my locals while I was sick. That honestly made me quite sad, missing out on the locals that week. I felt like something was like super missing from my routine. Um, but yeah, stuff I've been thinking about when like while coming back to like the more dedicated grind after being sick. So I've been thinking about this OG Kid discourse where he was just saying like nobody grinds melee anymore. And honestly, I feel like in some aspects I do agree. It's like at least in my situation, and maybe it's like just like a West Coast thing, or maybe it's like me being an employed thing, and like I can only play in like a pretty small window of time. I've been feeling like it's like really hard to find people to play. Um, Especially if I am searching for like a specific character, it's pretty hard. I feel like I do a pretty good job though of like looking into like who I can play, like really finding players that I think know or like that like maybe like aren't as like notable. Like I'm not just like spamming every like top 100 player that like plays a character. Like I do my due diligence when finding people that I think would be good enough practice for me, like maybe like some like sub-region PR people or whatever. Uh, yeah. Um, and I don't even think it's like that true that nobody's grinding. There's like tons of people. I low-key like e-begged on Twitter for games, and people did respond to me. And I know you're out there. Um, I think, for example, there's like a ton of ICES players that are um, super down to grind on West Coast. I think that's cool. I like playing the matchup, but um, right now it's not my biggest priority. But I will eventually get around to playing you guys. Um, but it has just been a little frustrating that I can't find the exact practice I need. Um, and maybe that just means I like need to change my approach on like what I should be doing. Like maybe I should just be doing more video analysis and solo practice against characters if the availability isn't there. But just wanted to like talk about what's been frustrating to me. Um, yeah, sorry, still have a little bit of lingering cough. But yeah, so the unavailability of matchmaking has been a little frustrating. It's like also like just having to like go DM everyone, like the matchmaking discords don't really work anymore. That's all been very frustrating, but I have ideas of what I need to be doing uh, if I can't. Maybe trying to make more use of unranked, even though I have a really bad relationship with unranked right now, where I've been talking to people and they say it's like good practice, but you need to like change your perspective on it, and I kind of agree. Because my problem with unranked is that I don't think people play on average. It's like hard to find a good opponent that like can like really like even like I feel like at my level it's like pretty rare to find someone who can like give me like a lot of trouble if I don't like or if I just lock in. And I feel like people just aren't playing like they would in tournament, which is all I really care about right now. Um, and what I mean by that is like I think people on unranked play really skewed EV um, towards things that don't matter in tournament. Like people get like irritated super easily, um, and they'll just like pick options to like troll you because they think you're playing lame or something. Or I feel like people fall in another camp where they're like actually just like mindlessly pressing moves because they're like watching something on their second monitor while playing unranked. Like honestly, like I do that shit too. So I'm not like super trying to like harp on people who do that on unranked, but it's just not like on average I feel like it's not like the best thing. But people have been telling me that like if you like change your perspective on it, you can make your time valuable on like when playing against those kinds of players, like building like habits and game plans that don't auto lose to people just like not doing the right thing, I guess. Um, so maybe I'll have to do that, but right now it doesn't feel like the a super good use of my time if I'm like focusing more on like matchup grinding. But I'll have to. I think I'll eventually have to like compromise on unranked. Yeah. Um, I've also been feeling really frustrated about um, and I don't know if this is just the game being difficult, but I feel like sometimes I put work into a matchup, uh, and I do see some like results and like I get better at certain situations. But then I like go to another matchup, and then I go or like I hone in on that matchup. But then I go play the first matchup in tournament, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm doing this stuff that I already knew I needed to fix, but I'm just losing in the same way again because my focus is off, and I think it might just be a problem with me. I don't know if it just takes like a long time to internalize um, certain things about the game, but that's been really frustrating to me because especially because I like ask for so much help from people. I ask a lot of questions, and it just feels like pretty bad to um, just like try to implement all the things they're telling me. I genuinely do try, and then like I go and tournaments are a really stressful thing. Like you got to be prepared for so much, uh, and maybe it's just like I still need more experience even after all this time. Um, but I go and I lose these sets, and like I just feel like I feel like a level of shame. It's like if I like show the set to you, these people that have been helping me again, it's like I am doing the same fucking thing. That's just really frustrating, and maybe I'm being like too hard on myself, and like these things are like actually really difficult to do over time. Like I'll just say for example, I lost to Zio again, and it like has to do with me just not being able to do this high laser because I keep doing this fucking full dash in laser and it like doesn't really get the one that goes over his head, and like I do that and I do a full drift in for no reason and I get crabbed, and I'm not really doing the things that people are telling me I need to do, and I'm like I don't really know how else to describe it. It just feels really shameful. Um, because I don't know. I've been focusing on other matchups. I'm going to Minnesota in a week, and I've been thinking more about like Sheik, Fox, and Falco because I know those two characters will be more relevant in the tourney. And I go to my local, and it's like, oh shit, I have to play against Jigglypuff. Oh shit, I have to play against Falcon. I don't know. And it's do I can I remember like what I was supposed to do and what I was supposed to work on when my headspace has just been filled with so much other stuff. But I don't know. There's definitely ways to get better at about it. I've still been trying to do what um, people have told me, just like try to keep like at least one thing to note in every matchup, and like not get like super tunneled on one matchup at a time. Uh, and hopefully I'll just get better at that. But right now. It's just really frustrating. Um, but I don't really like want to talk about, or I don't want to end on like that kind of note. So I think it is a good thing that I'm like able to identify what's been going wrong on my own. Usually I think in the past when I like wasn't as good, I wouldn't be able to recognize like I wouldn't be able to recognize like repeated patterns of mistakes. I would I was definitely like way more clueless back then. Um, about like what was going on, and I think it's definitely a good thing that like I can figure out what's going on. Like on Tuesday, I beat Khalid in winners 3-0, like, and I did a lot of the stuff that I thought about and talked over with people, mostly to do with like playing diagonal situations and covering yourself with up tilt in a lot of spots that I was kind of just dashing away from, and it wasn't really great. Um, that worked for me in winners, but in grands, what ended up happening to me was I would just like I would play those situations, and I would get scared, and like I would shield, like I would like whiff and then shield in front of Jigglypuff's face, and it just wasn't good. It's just it just feels like the worst thing ever because it's like you're not moving and what you're just making yourself not move, and Jigglypuff will grab you and kill you. That's essentially what happened to me, and I'm glad that I didn't need to like there weren't even VODs for that tournament, but I'm like glad I understood what happened and I didn't need to bring it to anyone else. So I think that is a sign of me getting better, even though I'm losing the tournament or whatever, and like the results aren't like just coming in a way that I'd like. But I think being able to recognize what's going wrong before I like show any like sort of VODs to anyone, it's definitely a good sign. So hopefully, um, hopefully I can just keep it up and like eventually I'll be able to do the or execute the things that I know I need to do and like make the changes I know I need to make or I know I need to change. It's just been a little hard recently, but the competing is hard. If it wasn't so hard, it wouldn't be as rewarding, I guess. Um, but yeah, still I'm still trying to do the challenge. It may feel like the things are like or like I'm experiencing like a little bit of a setback right now, but I'm still wanting to do this. I do just want to play every day, even though some days I get on and it's like really frustrating. And I'm like noticing my mistakes more than I'm having like or like I'm noticing my mistakes more than being engaged in the moment. Um, it can be really hard sometimes, but I'm just gonna keep at it, and uh, hopefully next week, next vlog, I'll have more fun stuff to talk about. But for now, I'm just gonna keep at it, and hopefully it goes well. Thanks for watching.